A nice little Doron speculative video. Let's see what he has to say.
With 10.1, DRALAD quotes are more relevant than ever before, and we might have literally played together with an actual old god within our own weapon that we'll soon discover. And if this really was planned by Blizzard, it might be the most genius 200 IQ move they had ever done, pretty much in all of WoW history. With the recent 10.1,
200 IQ,
we have
wow.
quotes to match it from DRALAD talk.
Like Shadowlands, I guess, would be considered like a 2 IQ for those moves.
Talking about Elune, DRALAD talks about Galakrond, how they corrupted Neltharion. She oddly mentions how dangerous a dead dragon can be. She talks about the Titans pretending to be gods, and with the most recent hints, she might literally be returning in the near future, and we could have inadvertently majorly aided her in that. A bunch of these quotes are from years ago when Dragonflight was not even an idea, and if Blizzard really pulled the long-term move here, it just might be the most genius idea they had ever done. So, who released DRALAD, is she returning soon, and were we so easily outplayed? If you guys are looking to buy Dragonflight or anything Warcraft related, Gamivo has some amazing sales that you can check out with my link. On top of that, you can
use
get
Doron's
software,
link,
gift cards, various games, and
go to this jank-ass website.
Best of all, you can use my code Doron to add yet another discount to your purchase, so make sure to click my link below, check out Gamivo, and grab some amazing deals.
There you go.
I know this talking about DRALAD is kind of beating a dead horse a bit, because recently she has been super relevant, a lot of people have been talking about it, but if Blizzard really did this on purpose, I really gotta hand it to them, because it seriously might just be genius. Personally, I doubt it, since a lot of these whispers are from 7 years ago, and the entire theme changed since then, but I think they found a way to kind of retroactively connect them and make them relevant, because it is ridiculous just how accurate these whispers are from 3 expansions ago to what is currently going on in Dragonflight,
us 3 expansions
with 10.1 and Aberrus. In fact, there's so many of these whispers that I was worried that this is going to be like a half-hour long video, like I literally couldn't make it, so I'll do my best to pick the most relevant ones, and without speculating all that much myself, I want you guys to draw the conclusions yourself.
That's a Doron video without speculating would be like 5 seconds long.
You can seriously just go to the wiki page as well and read it quote by quote, because it is quite a mind boggle. Now, I don't want to repeat myself, so I'll give the shortest summary. I didn't realize
we've gotten that many whispers.
Still don't really know what DRALAD is. She was literally a weapon we had used in Legion. In one quote, it was confirmed she was
she wasn't the weapon.
Sacrifice. Some say she's the remnant of Yashiraj.
She was like in the weapon.
Theory is that she's the 5th old god that was consumed by the others, and all of these could actually be realistic. We had some recent documents that talk about how the old gods, while sent on a mission by the Void Lords to Azeroth, are actually making up rules as they go, because they're super chaotic by nature, so they don't really follow a structure. They work together, but they also battle each other. We have multiple DRALAD quotes that confirm this. This land has seen so much upheaval, the cataclysm, the sundering, the scouring. You really have no idea. Then, she mentions how N'Zoth had battled the Yashiraj around the Broken Isles, and how N'Zoth always managed to turn a defeat into a victory. Then
that's right, the ultimate planner.
The most interesting quote. It is ironic that the weakest of us may be the ultimate victor. Khatun, Yogg-Saron, Yashiraj, and, well, only one would remain to consume the world the way it was.
They say N'Zoth is the weakest of the old gods physically. Like, the man doesn't lift, he doesn't go to the gym. But mentally, he has top tier, S tier mental planning.
Is always meant to be. What you need to keep in mind is that in so many quotes, DRALAD constantly says us when referring to the old gods, and there are a bunch of them where she says how she will demonstrate proper whispering madness technique. She, for example, criticizes how Xavius alarmed everyone by spreading the nightmare's influence instead of doing it subtly, you know, the old god way. I literally can't list everything, but there are very strong hints that she's either an old god or some super high-ranking void being quite similar to the old gods. The most supported speculation is that DRALAD was defeated, devoured by the others, and this kind of perfectly matches the recent Dragonflight info.
I wonder why the others went after her.
Might She's super powerful. Be a 5th old god, and that the old gods don't really serve the Void Lords as we believed in the past, and instead they might have turned into their own plans. Blizzard literally confirmed this in quite a recent interview, so this is not a speculation whatsoever. What I believe is that she may have been loyal to the Void Lords and didn't align with the others. There are like 1,000 quotes where whether she doesn't really like Yoxeron or doesn't really like N'Zoth. In fact, she can't wait to battle them, but at the same time kind of supports them, which just kind of shows the chaotic essence of the old gods. However, on multiple occasions, DRALAD talks about the void itself and seems quite fanatical about the void. The most interesting quote: "I long for the day our masters can truly pass into this realm. You have seen only fragments, shadows, the faintest of echoes. Ask the ethereals what one of these manifestations are capable of." I know the Naru consider us horrors.
That's it. We're gonna team up with her. I see it already. Team up with her to beat up some old gods, and then it turns out we help the void into our world.
Be resisted. We do not share this view. They're merely beloved brethren that lost the true path. They will return to their masters.
The old gods, blah, blah, blah.
Now, all of you probably know this already. The fifth old god theory. It's super popular by now. A lot of people are talking about it, but here is the most interesting part. The quotes that are almost time predicting of dragonflight and are super relevant to what is going on right now. I know talking about the Titans being bad is super popular right now, but DRALAD was doing it before it was cool. The spawn of the Titans infest this area. Despite our gift of the flesh, they still worship those false gods. First of all, keep in mind, she says our gift of flesh, not our master's gift of flesh.
The old gods essentially, it's not just, they didn't give us just the gift of flesh, right? They didn't just fleshy boy us. They also kind of gave us free will through that. So, like, she's basically saying, like, look at these idiots. They still worship the Titans as gods, and we're the ones who gave them free will, whereas the Titans kind of had them, in, you know, they were just slaves. They just created us to kind of, you know, monitor the surface of Azeroth while she did her thing inside and before she hatched out. The old gods are the ones who gave us free will. So she's like, you idiots, you're worshipping the wrong people.
She considers herself equal. She also mentions the Titans as the false gods, which is a super common narrative right now. We then have, do not be impressed by tall icons of the Titans which stand here. The towers of sacrifice in Islota dwarf these pathetic temples. Once again, taking the Titans down, but
she's calling them tiny
this as well. The research into the void here is commendable, but ultimately futile. How could you possibly understand what the Titans did not? This is crazy relevant with the recent info, as we learned that the Titans never figured out how the old gods really tick, and apparently they hid something beyond the waves that they couldn't really figure out, but kinda left it for later. However,
I don't think so, Cam Shady. I think the time walking shit's gonna end.
Actual quotes about dragons and multiple quotes about dragons that are from years ago. The fallen aspect slayer is near. He was the strongest of them, yet the easiest one for us to corrupt. I mean, keep in mind, once again, DRALAD says us and is literally talking about how she corrupted Deathwing or took part in it. I'm guessing at this point she was still within the bait, but was probably doing it indirectly, as Natarian has obviously been researching the void within Aberrus, which ultimately drove him mad. Then DRALAD says, a powerful dragon could be a powerful tool. Alas, gone are the days of Galacrot. First of all, she essentially confirms what Blizzard confirmed a few months back, that Yoxeron was behind the corruption of Galacron. And keep in mind, this was actually a unused whisper. It wasn't actually in the game, but Blizzard had it ready many years ago. Then we have the most intriguing quote that is kind of newish. A corrupted corpse of a dragon. How dangerous could that be? This is in regards to the mob that we were fighting, but I can't help to see how this could connect to Galacron and
Galacron coming back as a corrupted corpse.
Quite a scourge upon Azeroth that are also kind of relevant with what is going on right now. After this, we have DRALAD talking about Elune, which is of course super relevant with the recent 10.1 info, and us learning about this
all the Elune and Void connections.
Traveler. She obviously knows what Elune is, and she really doesn't seem to take her seriously. We have, my mistake, it seems the upstart goddess still holds sway here. I do so enjoy seeing the shrine of a great enemy profaned by the spirits of its own worshippers. First of all, she confirms that Elune is an enemy of the old gods and that she is an upstart goddess, meaning that she must be below them, or the old gods perceive her as lower than them. If this is related to Elune, I mean, Anshul.
Interesting that they're even commenting on Elune, though.
In old god language, this Anshul is old god language, so this could be super relevant to this. Now, keep in mind, we had DRALAD literally as a weapon, and then at one point she just escaped in an elf form, and we still don't really really know where she is, but she was super closely tied to Ashara's storyline. Now, of course, in 10.0.7, we have a Naga document that makes her more relevant than ever, especially Ashara as well. Even now, the Harbinger gathers the children of the First Flesh to reclaim what was lost. They must remember their vows and serve those to whom they owe fealty. While they toil in the deep places, we will journey to the shores of Dragonland, to the Blessed Isle, where the Worldbreaker first embraced the Whispers. I mean, you can check out the full video on this, but it is likely that Ashara is returning. But seriously, in this quote, Xaladet might be the Harbinger that is mentioned. The children of the First Flesh could really be anyone. It could be those rebel dwarves or those aligned with the old gods, and Xaladet may be gathering them and building up an old god army to return the Black Empire. Keep in mind, on multiple occasions we learned that the old gods
time walking is meant to be a catch-up mechanic. It's not supposed to be the way you gear out.
Could literally have been a defeated old god that remained as an essence that has ultimately escaped and has been building up power these past few years since BFA, since she left the dagger, meaning that we might actually see her quite soon. Seeing that we still haven't seen her in Dragonflight, it is crazy how many of these quotes that make her relevant to the current storyline. And keep in mind, I only mentioned about half of them in this video. There's so many more that are actually super interesting. It would actually be kind of crazy if we had an actual old god not only hiding in plain sight, but literally hiding in our own weapon. It would kind of be akin to Medivh and Sergeras possessing his spirit, and we could have literally helped an old god, like personally helped an old god that restored the Black Empire. With the recent Nazad shenanigans, the triple
they've totally forgotten about that sword.
That's why I say what sword. Information, I think Xaladet might be on much the same plan, and we might be discovering some really crazy plot twists in the very, very near future. Thank you for watching. Check out what Cataclysm Zones look like 12 years later by clicking on the screen, and check out the Nuts Academy for videos of real-world history. See you next time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how all that shit. It's the main thing that I'm seeing through what we've watched just now and what's been coming up is they keep mentioning Elune. The Void Lords keep mentioning Elune, and I'm wondering why. Why does Elune keep coming up? Interesting thoughts on that. I had no idea Elune was even related to the Void.